Section 8.1, example 3, graphing an ellipse centered at the origin. Graph the ellipse given by the equation below. Identify and label center vertices, co-vertices, and foci. Okay, let's start with, let's see, square root of 9 is going to be 3. So we're going out 3 units in the x direction. Square root of 25 is 5. So we're going out 5 units in the y direction. So let's just keep that in mind when we start drawing the graph. Up and down. So in the x direction, we're taking the square root of 9, which is 3. So in the x direction, we're going out 3 units. So from the center origin, so we could start writing that part down. So center, that's 0, 0. And next is going to be our vertices. Then the co-vertices. And lastly, we're going to have our foci. All right, so vertices are the larger of the two, so it's our major axis. So 9 is, the square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 25 is 5. 5 is the larger of the two numbers, so y is going to be our vertices. So our vertices are coming off of y. So actually, let's start there instead. So we're going square root of 25, which is 5, out from the center in the y direction. So y is our up and down orientation. So we're going to go up and down 5 units from the center. So going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be the point 0, 5. And we're going down 5 units from the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is 0, -5. Those two make up our vertices because they're the larger of the two. And the other two are going to make up our co-vertices. So co-vertices are going to be the smaller of the two, the minor axis. So here in the x direction, we're taking the square root of 9, which is 3. We're going 3 units to the left and right. So 1, 2, 3. This gives us a point when x is -3, y is 0. And same thing over here, 1, 2, 3. When x is +3, y is 0. So we went out 3, 0, -3, 0. Now we could start drawing our ellipse from here. My apologies for not making it beautiful, but this is the best I could do. Next, let's go out and find out what C is. So we know that C is equal to the square root of a squared minus b squared. A squared comes off of our major axis. B squared comes off of our minor axis. So here, a squared, this is already squared, so we don't have to square it. If you want to kind of put it in this form, we could take the square root and say that this is 5 squared and that this is 9 or 3 squared. But we could just grab these numbers as is to figure out what C is. So 25 minus 9. And that gives us the square root of 16, which ends up being 4. So we're going out 4 units off of our major axis. So 4 units off the major axis, which is going to be our y-axis. Notice if we try to do it over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're actually no longer inside of our ellipse. We have to be inside of our ellipse in order for it to work. So it's always going to be off of our major axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go 4 units in the major axis from the center. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units in the major axis below the center. So here when x is 0, y is 4. And here as well, when x is 0, y is 4. So that makes up our foci. So 0, 4, 0, -4. And there we go. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, bye.